Am I the goon or not for calling out my stepdad for constantly touching my butt on accident?
How many accidents before it's on purpose?
I, 16F, have been living with my stepdad, 52M, for about a year and 2 months. My mom divorced my bio dad when I was 10, and she was down for years until she met my stepdad in late 2022. They honestly seemed great together. He always seemed a bit awkward around me, and I caught him randomly staring at me or looking down my shirt a few times, but he made my mom happy, so I couldn't really complain.
That's not how can't complain works, bro.
Like, yeah, at some point, it's kind of like, if you see that, call it out. And then you're talking about being a young teenager. Like, man, that's a tough one. Fast forward about 6 months from their wedding, I'm reaching down in the dishwasher to put plates away, and he walks past me. I feel his whole hand go across the right side of my butt. I immediately turned to look at him, but he didn't even look at me, so I figured it was an accident and didn't say anything. Since then, he's been constantly doing it, so now I know it wasn't an accident. I mean, how big was the room, though? I mean, you know, my thing is like this. Was there enough room to go around her, player? You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, there's the one time, then there's the constantly doing it constantly.
Right, constantly doing it constantly, which is, you know, alarming.
As she says, wasn't an accident.
Right. During winter break, he did it when I was making pasta, and I just turned around to look at him, but he told me that he was so sorry, and he just bumped into me.
With your hand?
It was just me and him, so I couldn't really do anything. That's not true. This Tuesday, I was putting dishes away while my mom and stepdad were in the room, and he did it again while I was reaching up to put the cups away. I am genuinely sick of his behavior and decided to call him out in front of my mom. Good move. I immediately turned on him and told him to please stop touching my butt all the time. And that makes me uncomfortable. But he passed it off as a mistake again. I told him it's not a mistake. It happened too many times. My mom could over to see what the commotion was, and I told her, but she sided with him immediately and said that it was obviously an accident and that her husband isn't interested in me.
Oof.
That's not nice. I argued with them for a long time, and she grounded me, so I can't see my friends outside her school until summer break. Since then, my mom came into my room to tell me once again that I'm not attractive to him at all and that I just want attention. That my stepdad came in to tell me that he didn't know what he did to upset me, but if I was upset, I should have approached him in private, and that I upset my mom. Am I the asshole for calling my stepdad out when my mom was there? Should I have dealt with this more privately? I'm honestly really lost. My mom will barely even talk to me right now. I feel like it's my fault. Well, the edit part, thank you guys so much for your kind comments. Really, I appreciate y'all. But please stop saying my stepdad is planning on raping me. My stepdad is not going to assault me. I think he's just has some issues. Wait, what? Also, I don't have any other family to go to. We don't know where my dad is. If that's true, I think addressing it immediately is the move. You know what I'm saying? Like, hey, was that an accident? You know what I mean? Like, if he brushes it off, and then, like, when you say repeatedly doing, it's like, one time is an accident, you know what I'm saying? Multiple times. But, you know, there are some, and it's tough because you do have that line of a young lady that would really go into a bucket of, like, I hate this guy so much, and I don't want him with my mom, so I'll lie and make up some shit to get him out of there. Or you do got those asshole dudes that really are just like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and then the mom's not going to know, oh, he's not attractive to you. Like, you don't know that. He could have a sick, perverted mind of liking young people, you know. And I'm always on the side of caution when, mom, you are bringing someone in around your teenage daughters especially. You got to be careful with shit like that, man.
Because I think there are a lot of moms that will look past it because they finally got a man. Because I don't know how old the mom is, but if the guy's 52, then I have to assume that the mom is somewhere near there.
Right, she's in that realm. Daughter's 16. Like I said, man, it's a really tough bucket to me, you know, when you're even inviting a man that, you know, okay, you care about him, this and that, but, you know, your kid's supposed to be your number one as far as when it comes to that situation of at least being a little mindful, like, hey, I trust you, but I don't know if I do. You know what I'm saying?
I would go with, like I said, if this story is real and not rage bait. And I'm not saying, like, that a girl would put the story online if she's lying. I'm just saying, like, if this is just a fucking somebody that just made up this story and decided to put it online. But if this shit is real, you gotta stop pretending that shit is an accident and you need to fucking go buck wild the second time. Like I said, one time you could pretend it's an accident.
Okay, dishwasher bumped into it. They brushed it off like it was but
yo,
my thing is like, why he never said excuse me?
Exactly, that's what I was gonna say. There's never been an accident where, because you would at least say excuse me, and it wouldn't be, because what I'm saying, if this shit is real, he's feeling out how receptive you are to it. So then,
if you're gonna turn around and give him the look, or is it gonna be the whole like, what the fuck, you know?
Yeah.
And if you allow it, then you're almost kind of, you know, I'm a big proponent. Like, you know, I haven't talked to my daughter about it. Like, you know, you gotta shut the shit down, right? Because they're gonna tell you all kinds of stuff. You gotta tell somebody. You know, I'm a big, you know, if it's happening, you gotta move in real time. Yeah. Move in real time. Don't sit on that and then come back years later and say this happened. And I know it happens to people where they go through trauma and stuff like that, but I think it's a real big thing to have to just address it immediately. You know what I'm saying? Don't sit on that, young ladies, young fellas too. If this shit's happening to you, man, you got to spearhead that thing.
Because there's three things now. There's fight, flight, and also freeze. And what it seems like is homeboy would be, he's counting on you freezing, because it seems like this is what happened in the past of you're almost too in your own head of just like, did that happen? Is that happening? You know if you just got your ass grabbed. Because also, I'm not saying I know your living quarters, but there's no point, and there's no chance that this is happening accidentally so often. You know?
Right. And I know it kind of seems weird to say it keeps happening. It's just like, you finally addressed it, but it should have been addressed after, like you said, the first time, I'll give you that one, all right? Maybe you didn't say excuse me. Second time, it's like, oh, my man, like, you know what I'm saying? We got to have it going on.
What's happening?
What's going on? Like, you know, I'm feeling violated. Like,
but that's why
it makes me uncomfortable. Please don't do that.
Regardless of your age or anything else like that, you have to deliberately and strongly and very concisely just be like, oh, don't do that.
Right.
Don't do that. And then somebody could pop up with, oh, it's a mistake, sorry. But that particular situation is going to happen often when you just go, yo, don't do that. Oh, I'm sorry, it was an accident. Then now you're building up to where we're showing a pattern, and then you're just going, this isn't an accident all the time, instead of, I'm not victim blaming, but what I am saying is you can't have it happen, not say anything. Have it happen, not say anything. Right. And I do respect the age difference in there, so I understand how you wouldn't necessarily be...
kind of grasp that. Right. Yeah. But it's like, know that, man. And it's the one thing for people out there, if you're an adult and you're watching this, you can get a gem out of it. If you're young, you just got to vocalize, man. You know, if you're an adult and you got a kid, man, you got to really kind of make sure that you're helping your child get to that point of, you got to be vocal.
Yep.
Please don't hold anything back. Anybody, you know, like, get in their space. Let them know, hey, you know, I don't give a fuck what he's saying. He's going to threaten you or whatever. You come to me, it don't go down like that, you know?
Yeah.
To kind of, like, not say anything for multiple times, however many times she counted, this is always happening. So, and that's when it gets into, like, are you exaggerating? Is it true? You know what I'm saying? Or not. We're going to go off the premise that hopefully you're telling the truth here. If you're telling the truth, then I don't think you're an asshole. I think you're an asshole for not addressing it immediately, more promptly.
And honestly, your mom sounds like an asshole, because she, like, I
grounds you and shit.
Couldn't imagine what it's like to not have the support of your parent if this is, you know, but
yeah, when you go in there, it's like, Mom, you know, and then, I mean, I thought it was a good move on your behalf to do it in front of Mom. I mean, the whole thing of, like, he should have said I should have did privately for what?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, no, this is what's going on. Can you tell your husband to stop? This is what it is. I mean, immediately telling him when it happened is good. And then, like, hey, Mom, I told him already, and he continues to do it, is your next step.
Yeah.
You know, and then air it out in front of him. Like, what we going to do about this? You know? But,
and I think this could, by putting it out there, hopefully he'll be like, oh shit, I did way too fucking much. I did. Now everybody knows about it. Everybody's been warned about it. Hopefully this will be the scare that he needs to never do that again. Right. But
yeah, because there's sick people out there, man. You know, you know, and it's like, you don't know. You know, a lot of people, you know, single mothers and all that. When you know, if you bringing somebody around your kid, you know, you gotta. I'm not saying not better trust anybody, but you got to be cautious. You know what I mean? You got to be. Your head got to be like, look for certain things. Like, all right, check out some this and that. Especially, you know, I always say that, man. Especially if you got young ladies, man, and you're bringing, you know, some strange dude around them. you know, because you're just going into the numbers game, right? Because highly in that number range is where that stuff is happening. You know, more likely than it is happening to young boys. Which I'm not saying it doesn't happen at all, but in the highly likely matter, it's usually in that market of the young girls. So yeah, please, man. Only assholes here is the ones that aren't speaking. All right, vocalize.
And don't explain it away in your own head. Like, even in the first part, how you were talking about, I caught him looking down my shirt a couple times, but, you know, he makes my mom happy, so I can't really complain.
Yeah.
And that's one of those,
that's wrong.
You got to come out with, like,
I'm violated.
What are you doing?
But mom's got to be happy, so we're good with that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's a trade off that shouldn't be happening.
Yeah.
Like, I'm violated. He makes me feel uncomfortable, but my mom is happy. Exactly. Like, that goes a really bad place. That ain't
That's not it.
Shut it down, people. Vocalize, youth. Vocalize.
Yeah. You Speak up for yourself, because you're definitely not an asshole. You did the right thing by saying it in front of everybody instead of trying to pull him aside and be like, "Yo,
right." Because then he's gonna that could turn on his head and he can come up with some other shit. You know, now he's got time to think to come up with some bullshit to tell the wife. Now, you know, no. We're gonna go right on the scene. Put him, make it uncomfortable. Why? Because it's an uncomfortable situation.
This is also the time where you can do so many things with your cell phone. Put that shit on audio record. Put that shit on anything else to where if you are alone with him again, unfortunately, and he's in the room, even if he's alone with you in the room and you're doing dishes, stop doing dishes and turn around and just put your butt up against the fucking sink and just all right, I'm gonna wait till you're out of here
and let him know.
Because listen,
let him know you're uncomfortable.
Exactly.
Right.
And you don't have to be the uncomfortable one. You know what I mean? Like, don't let somebody put that power over you. You can turn it around on them of just like, we're going to make this real uncomfortable until you leave the fucking kitchen.
Right,
because I'm not going to be uncomfortable and you're not going to touch me. So,
Yep. Stand your ground. Dig your feet in the fucking gravel and snarl.
Yeah.
Okay? You're not an asshole. Mom seems like an asshole for
Definitely.
like, I'm grounding you now because how dare you?
Yeah.
You know, you're taking the side of the newly husband and all that, man. And, man, just makes me say, fathers, be around your kids, huh? All the bios out there, the bios that aren't around, be around. You know?
Protect your seeds!
Protect your seed. Cut it out, you know? Those are the assholes. Those are the real assholes here.
Yeah.
Leaving your kids astray because, you know, my daughter comes to me like, yo, mom's new boyfriend is, you know, all right, well, me and my boyfriend gotta have a talk right now because we're not doing that. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're not doing none of that. That people go to jail or grave over shit like that, man. You know, it's the real deal. But vocalize, people.
Yeah, protect your kids.
Protect your kids. Speak up. And, you know, watch out for strangers, nigga.
All right?
You know